Hey guys, welcome back. All right, let's get right into it. So when I was so depressed, I felt like shit, and I felt so bad. When I began to step out of it was around the time that I had a very simple realization. I realized that while sitting down one day, that I was just sitting down in a chair and I didn't feel relaxed. And more than that, I couldn't relax. I saw that as a problem. And then from that day until this day, and likely continuing on until I'm completely out of this, that's been my touchstone, my guiding principle, my rock, my anchor. If I'm not relaxed, there's a problem, and it's a problem that can be dealt with. That has been my guiding principle. Okay. To affect personal change, I've worked on the level of feelings. I've been honest about the way I feel moment to moment, and when I don't feel good, I sort of just sit down and I absorb what I'm feeling, and I really, really feel it. And I do that until I feel good, and then I sort of move on. And I repeated this process over and over again. And then gradually over time, this depression started to recede, and happiness and relaxation started to come in. And it was as this was happening that I began realizing that my emotions were something that I could control. That emotions I had misunderstood as like a big river that I was just caught in. Sometimes I got a bad current, sometimes a good current. I had no control. Some days I was happy, some days I was sad, some days I was up, some days I was down. That's what I believed was true. But I didn't know it was true. That's just what was told to me. Depression forced me to look inside and be honest, and to physically understand how to work with emotion. And that was when the transformation really began, and when I really began moving out of it. To do this sort of thing, all it takes is a willingness to sit down. Sort of like if you've done meditation, it's sort of like that, although I'm hesitant to even call it that because any of the sort of religious or spiritual overtones of that are not really part of this. This is just about emotions. Sit down, close your eyes if you want, and then just honestly feel where you're at. Feel where you're at in that moment. And if relaxation or some form of happiness is not what you're feeling, acknowledge that. Absorb it, feel it. This is the hard part. The hard part is the catharsis. It's the purging of the bad emotion. It's feeling that bad one until it turns good. That's, if I had a better way to describe it, I would be telling you that right now, but that's like the best way I can put it at this point, is when I feel bad, I focus on that bad feeling and I feel it until I feel good. Until I feel good, until it feels good, or whatever, until it feels like that bad emotion is no longer there. And what I found is that I was storing these emotions inside of me. I was like repressing them, so that there wasn't an unlimited amount of these bad emotions. In fact, it was like I was a big garbage can. And for most of my life, I had just, when a bad emotional experience happened, instead of processing it, I threw it in the garbage can and put on the lid. And then what happened was when I was 22, 23, the garbage can started to overflow and started having some problems. But that was about when honesty and recovery began. So in a strange way, I'm somewhat grateful for the bad that has happened, because it has brought me to an awareness of how to bring the good into light and how to bring the bad out and away and how to make it good. It's emotional alchemy, pure and simple, and it's physical. It's about feelings. It's all physical. It's all real. Okay? There are thoughts going on too, but the thoughts are just a product of the feeling. I used to be real into positive thinking and affirmations and stuff like that. But what I've found is, as I've worked with my emotions, my thoughts have changed too. I enjoy them a lot more now. I don't feel like I need to change them, because as the emotions have changed, so have the thoughts. The emotions are much like the roots of a big tree, and they're the roots there. And then the tree that springs out of that root, those are the thoughts. Okay? And physically, by physically I mean feeling on the inside, we can pull out those roots, pull out those roots, pull out those roots. And then what comes in is peace and relaxation. And the beautiful part is that, as I have found, the peace and relaxation is everywhere. It's in the air. Those bad emotions, I was storing them inside of me, but there's a limited amount of them. Because as I've been doing this stuff for some time now, I have noticed profound changes in how I feel and how free I feel moment to moment, and how happy I am, and how my general outlook on life, and how moment to moment I feel better. Doing this stuff, it doesn't just make you feel good, it makes you feel better. It's better than good. It's a way to great. And it's a way to ensure that in any circumstance, in any place, in any situation, you can feel the way that you want to. Because that is the way that you feel when bad emotions are not there. And the cool thing about this is that it's a skill. It's a lot like learning to ride a bike or learning to play an instrument. What I found is the more that I do it, the better I get at it, the easier it gets. So it's something that at first, like I found in the beginning, I was only able to work with small amounts of emotions at once. But now I can do much larger amounts and really process a lot more at once. And keep in mind, I'm a chronic repressor. I was repressing stuff for like 20 years. So like my garbage can was full of some shit. And I had to really spend a lot of time cleaning it out. And for many of you out there, you may not have had my emotional problems. Hopefully you haven't shared those with me. And if you do, hopefully this video can help you in some form or another. But that was my problem. It was repression. In third grade, when they were teaching me cursive, I really wish they had taught me how to process emotions too, but I try not to get too hung up on that. I'm just letting that go. It's in the past. But coming full circle, end this video out, keeping this one a little bit briefer. The touchstone, relaxation, feeling good. That's the base. That's beneath everything. The foundation of, well, you could say of life itself. If you want to get kind of, go kind of mystical, you could say that. But it's the foundation. And you can see it for yourself by physically working with the emotions inside of you. All that it takes to do this is a willingness to honestly feel. You don't need to be Rambo. You don't need to be Chuck Norris. You don't need to be Xena warrior princess. You just need to be some dude or some girl with a willingness to honestly feel inside. And then that's it. You've got what it takes to be on the road to peace at all times. controlled peace. Peace that doesn't just go away one day. No, it stays because it's always there. We just have to take responsibility when it isn't. All right. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Until then, take care and have a great time.